Hi, my name is Nick Kennedy. My Caldecott Award book is called Duke Ellington. It is The Piano Prince and His Orchestras. This book was about the true life of Duke Ellington and his come up into jazz music. He started out by taking piano lessons that he did not like at all. His parents made him. He ended up quitting that, and it wasn't until one day when he was hanging out with his friends that he heard someone playing the piano, and after that he fell in love with it, and he got into it and started practicing the piano and became one of the greatest jazz artists of all time. Me personally, I didn't like this book because I'm not a very musical person, so I kind of find it boring. But I think it is a great book to still recommend for teachers to use because of the literacy elements that are in this book, like similes and metaphors to describe the way that these people are playing. For example, a couple examples is this musical artist right here. He was in the orchestra. His name was Toby. And it said, Toby let loose on his sleek brass sax, curling his notes like a kite tail in the wind. So that's a great use of a simile right there by the author. Here's another one about that he could make his trumpet wail like a man whose blues were deeper than the deep blue sea. So those are just a couple examples of the fancy words and fancy use of words that are in this book, and I think it'd be great for kids to read books like that and see how that is used to kind of make things seem more interesting. At first, when I grabbed this book, I thought it was going to be more of like maybe I predicted obviously that it would be more of a black history kind of book. And I did notice when I was reading this book that there was not a single white person depicted in this book or illustrated in this book. And it would make a lot of sense too, because this book, the setting of Duke Ellington, took place in the 1930s and 1940s. And by that time there was a lot of racial issues going on to where both races kind of stuck to their own race. So it's a very informative book on Duke Ellington, who is, according to this book, one of the greatest jazz artists of all time. And if you're a musical person, I think it would be, or you know a student that is a musical person, I think it would be great recommendation for them to read. It could also be a great recommendation for music class in itself. So all in all, it was a boring book for me to read because I am not a musical person, but I still think it is a great book for teachers to read because of the use of fancy words and the use of similes and metaphors in this book. So that's my fourth reading log, which was Duke Ellington. Thank you for watching.